Welcome back to the San Diego Opera Podcast. Today my guest is Joyce El Khoury, who is singing the role of Tatiana Bakst in Great Scott. What a name.
Yeah.
Tatiana.
What a girl.
Tatiana Bakst.
Yeah.
Who is she? What does she want? Let's just get right into the opera first.
Let's go right in. Gosh, she is such an incredibly ambitious young soprano.
Mm.
And she's foreign, and she's showed up to, she's in America, and she has a green card, and she loves being in America.
Mm.
And she wants to be America's soprano.
Mm.
And she wants to be a star. She wants to be the best soprano in America, the highest paid, the best one.
And what's wrong with that?
There's
right?
nothing wrong with that. Why not? Go for your dreams, right? Yeah, she's a great character. She's a lot of fun to play. And, the funny thing, I'm just going to tell you right off the bat, I'm Canadian,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm in America with a green card. And so I relate to her kind of immediately. And what's funny is she learns the Star Spangled Banner to sing at the Super Bowl in the opera. And I've never, as a Canadian, I've never had to sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh, of course.
We sing
You've
O
sung
Canada.
O Canada, right.
So this, in the show, Tatiana is singing the Star Spangled Banner for the first time. Joyce is also singing the Star Spangled Banner for the first time.
In a rather special arrangement, I might
really
add. It's
special arrangement. It is fabulous.
The most unusual setting or version of the Star Spangled Banner I've ever heard, and it's an absolute knockout. It's such a fun way to open Act Two.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
So that must be fun.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
So, when were you cast in this role?
Oh gosh, a year and a half ago. I think.
Oh, okay. So you've had plenty of time to get into it, to learn it, to run it, I assume. Did you have time with Jake at all?
No, I have not. We've exchanged a couple of emails. Have not had time with Jake, but it's my understanding that he will be here.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of mutual friends, people who've worked with him before, and I think I'm hoping.
Oh,
it's gonna.
He's a doll.
He's a wonderful
He'll love
man,
you.
wonderful,
Yeah.
brilliant man. So
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'm so excited to sing his music.
It's I saw it in Dallas at the premiere, and it's delightful and touching, all at the same time.
Well, it deals with real issues that we as artists, opera singers, deal with.
Right.
It's the rehearsal process and all the behind the scenes work that goes into a show that an audience never gets to really see.
Right.
And I think it's interesting to kind of show that. And toward the end of the opera, there's a scene where the characters are kind of in their own mind, and Tatiana says, I believe in the sacrifices I've made. It's the fine line between living your dream and going for it, and knowing what you have to sacrifice personally to achieve what you want. And all artists deal with that.
So it rings a bell with everybody on stage, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's a real insight into the artist's life.
Well, because and just reading a little bit of your biography, I understand you applied to a bunch of schools, including my alma mater, Manhattan School of Music, and didn't get in, but took a year to just really work on your voice.
Yeah.
And it seemed to me that you had a focus to get accepted to AVA, which is a really incredible voice program. And after that year, that's exactly what happened.
That's what happened. Yeah, I believed in not making any excuses. I didn't get in, so okay, I guess I have to quit now. That was not an option for me. So I thought, okay, the only thing I have control over, I can't control whether or not people like me or my singing or believe in my talent. You cannot control that, right? But I can control how hard I work, how disciplined I am, whether or not I believe in myself. I can control that. So I took that whole year and just worked on myself. I learned roles.
I just think that's such a great model for young singers, and I say that because I know there are a lot of young singers in town who watch these podcasts, and it's such a great lesson to hear that you can do that and have success.
You're in charge of yourself.
Absolutely.
You are responsible for yourself, and the sooner you can learn to get rid of any sense of entitlement, the better. Because then you just focus on your journey, you focus on your work. You don't think, oh, I deserve this, I should be doing this. You just focus on your craft.
And complaining about what doesn't come your way,
right.
rather than,
Right.
building the absolute best in yourself and then let the chips fall where they may.
Ding, ding. There you go. Yeah.
That is such a great lesson for young singers. And I'm so glad it's coming from someone who's very successful, very beautiful, and has a wonderful voice. You're making your debut in San Diego, and I know your career is only a few years old, right?
Yeah.
So
this is my 4th season.
So you're making lots of debuts,
Yeah.
and I see there's one coming up in London. Is that right?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
I am making my Covent Garden Royal Opera House debut,
Yes.
singing Violetta and la Traviata
Oh, wonderful.
next season in January.
Wonderful. I bet you're thrilled. Is Papano conducting?
No, it is Rustioni conducting.
Oh, okay.
A young, brilliant, up-and-coming,
Yeah.
exciting conductor.
You know who else is in the cast?
I can't think right now.
Well, you're in the cast.
I'll be there. That's what
That's
I know.
important. But that's just...
My mother's always asking me questions like this. So when are you going to be there? What are the dates? Who's singing with you? I said, Mom, just look at my website. I just can't focus on that.
I love it. But that's so cool to have those big houses happening, and again, having those successes.
I mean, this production of Traviata, I've seen it on video, and it's kind of a, whoa, I get to do that. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing. It's really beautiful, too.
I feel lucky, though, because it will be my 12th, it'll be my 12th or 13th production of Traviata. So I feel like as prepared as I would hope. I mean, I hope, but I think I'm not speaking very well. Of all things to debut with, that would have been my choice, because
sure.
I know
Yeah.
this role. Because when you're doing a new role, there's pressure anyway,
Right.
and in a theater like that, it's kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm glad it's Traviata, and I'm honored.
So exciting.
Really.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now, I know also you had a working relationship with Lorin Maazel.
I did.
What was that like, to work with a conductor, and especially in his last years, with all of the experience and the musicianship in that mind and soul and heart?
Brilliant,
That must have been
brilliant
amazing.
mind, brilliant human being. If he got things going for me. If I don't know. I mean, I tend to say if it weren't for him, he really put me on the map. And that started in 2010 when I showed up to Castleton Festival, and I was covering Suor Angelica and singing Lauretta and Gianni Schicchi. And I thought that's a perfect assignment. Opening night, I went on for Suor Angelica and sang the Lauretta and Gianni Schicchi. And from that kind of made him go, okay.
Cool.
And then we just started collaborating, and we went to Boston together, we went to China. He kind of just did a lot, and whenever he had an opportunity and needed a soprano, he would call me.
Oh, how
And,
wonderful.
it was really great, and I really valued my time with him.
What an opportunity.
I was very, very lucky,
Yeah.
very lucky to have had part in his career.
And we can say also to young singers, certainly luck has a lot to do with it, but you've got to be prepared when that happens, right? When the
Yeah.
opportunity suddenly opens up,
Sure.
you got to be ready to do
You
it.
got to be ready. You got to be more than ready. You have to be, if you are covering, you have to be just as prepared as if you were to open tomorrow.
Right.
So, yeah, you have to
Yeah.
grab.
Get in there.
Get your, but you have to make the most of everything.
Sure.
And that not only for the business and to get ahead and to, pave your way and get work, but you owe it to the art form. You really, really owe it to the art form and to yourself. And you're serving this art form. You have to put in the time and care. And it's so rewarding when you do that.
Yeah.
Because the music gives you so much.
Well, I know the music is going to give you so much for this particular production of Great Scott.
Oh, gosh.
It's fun.
It's
you
fun.
you are playing a role that I like to say is the Eve Harrington of opera. If anybody has seen All About Eve, maybe I'm just showing my age. But
No, I've heard this before.
But,
I have.
oh
read
my goodness!
All
I
About
mean,
Eve.
she just wants to take over, and she's so much fun to watch while she's doing
hilarious.
that. So.
She's fabulous.
So congratulations,
Thank you.
thank you for being here, and we look forward to Great Scott.
Thank you so much.
You bet.
Thank you.